Hello everybody, welcome back to Great Touch for a Big Lad. This podcast we've got to start very differently to what we normally do. Normally do it in a very sort of jovial, fun way and try and have a laugh a minute. But this week we've got to kind of start a little bit different because of what happened at the weekend at Leicester City. And I wanted to talk about it for a second because this podcast is one that has... The thing that I wanted to talk about was, of course, everyone knows the details of what's happened with the owner of Leicester City, and it is like beyond horrific. But once that's happened, then you've got to move forward. But by moving forward, when you reflect on someone's kind of life and legacy, I just wanted to talk about what an impact that man, and I know we all struggle to say his name, but Vichai Srivaddhanaprabha.
Yeah,
struggled a few times.
You did well there.
But yeah, I wanted to start the podcast talking about what a legacy this man has created in that city, and for that football club, and for a fan of it, a QPR team that's, you know, it's a dream if you get into the Premier League. It's a club that is on a similar standing to a Leicester City. You've got Brentford, who have been kind of so well run that you're getting to a point where you're looking to get into the Premier League, and then who knows what you can achieve. Stoke City, you know, a similar thing, similar sized club.
We in another generation, you could win the Premier League.
Yeah,
with a club of Stoke City size, which is mind blowing.
And we've spoken about Leicester City, of course, on this podcast a hell of a lot, and we've joked about how you were irritated by what an incredible achievement that was, and so I wanted us to take a second to celebrate the legacy that this man is going to have on Leicester City. It's incredible.
What's the weird thing is when they won the league, and they didn't go into that season with him spending billions, thinking, they're title contenders, which what makes the story so much more remarkable. It's not like they had done a Chelsea back in the day or a Man City, and he invested £3 billion. He was going to go. That's what makes it more remarkable that he came in and oversaw this miracle, and it was a miracle. That will never happen.
The season after they came up, they almost got relegated.
Yeah,
right. So the turnaround within a matter of months. You say they didn't really invest anything.
It's not
really.
like Leicester spent a lot. They could retire.
No, they spent almost nothing.
They might go down sort of level. It was.
Most of the players still from the Championship, the likes of Vardy and Mahrez. Just, you know,
it's absolutely tragic, and
it's
nothing will ever kind of heal them wounds. But he literally was majorly responsible for the biggest miracle in the history, in my opinion, of football.
Yeah,
and which so means nothing to his family at the moment. But I think as time develops, you look back at it.
And so that's why I kind of wanted to reflect on that, because on a wider level, for all football fans in English football, you can look at that achievement and believe that you can do something incredible if you want to look at the world that way. Of course, look, Ranieri has to take huge amounts of credit for that, but the other element that you probably wouldn't have been aware of with the owner and what he brought to that club were actually it's the ethos that led to that as well, and probably led to that family feeling at that club that I wasn't aware of until you start to reflect on such a tragic thing. Because that team, that 11 that won the league, they were a family by the end of it. They weren't superstars. They were a team that worked so hard for each other, and it seemed very clear from all the stories that have come out in the last couple of days that the ownership of that club, it was run like a family, and there were constant moments of this man reaching out and looking to create that family atmosphere at the club. It's absolutely huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last thing I wanted to talk about is I've been to Leicester City's ground twice.
I have as well.
The two times when was the last time you went?
Last season, actually, FA Cup quarter final.
Right. And the ground there is incredible. The atmosphere there is amazing.
It's great. Yeah.
The two times I went on the day they got given the Premier League title. I spent a day in the city, the people lining the streets, flags everywhere. The other time was the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. We went up to do a video and chat to a couple of Leicester City fans, hoping that they could perform another miracle and get through to the next round, which I get it might have been I can't remember if it was last 32 or I think it was the quarterfinals.
So it
would have been a semi-final of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Who did they play in that again?
Sevilla.
Sevilla.
It was Atletico Madrid. They beat Sevilla.
Yeah, Sevilla was in the
then
last.
they lost to
Atletico
Atletico Madrid.
And when I look at those two moments, the Champions League game, they gave it a real go. They gave it a real go and nearly did something.
Or they just were goal shy.
I can't remember. I
They got one
goal shy, I think.
One goal shy. But I wasn't even in the ground for either of those games either. But despite that, the impact that period of time for Leicester City fans that had on them as a club, they ended that game having lost, but walking away going, what a ride! What an incredible gift it is to just give it a go. And sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes you don't win, but life is, we talk about it so much when we're not on the podcast, life is all about moments. And I'm going to say his first name because I keep getting it wrong, but Vichai, the legacy that he's got in that club, it's not where they are in the league right now, it's the memories and the moments that every single Leicester City fan will carry with them and talk about, not for the next 5 years, not for the next 10 years, for the rest of their life.
The history of football. I always said this, to a point, but if I was a Leicester fan, a proper Leicester fan, I, to a point here, would digest relegation with absolute ease.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, won the Premier League. I could. It almost might taint my support of that team going forward because you've completed football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where do you go from that? It sounds a bit daft because you'd still get moments from it, but
you keep looking. You'll keep looking for that high, won't you?
Yeah.
But
we just
because it was so unexpected. It's kind of you've completed.
They hit the absolute jab. I always do this stupid analogy, but when Man United won the Champions League against Bayern Munich 2-1 last minute, we've had controversy about this sort of comment probably, but for proper Man United fans that have been left, right, centre and were in Barcelona that day, that is phenomenal. But you compare that to what Leicester probably experienced getting promoted, a true Leicester fan from League One, League Two. For Leicester to win such a big title that was so unexpected for proper fans, that is absolute dreamland.
Yeah, yeah. And
it's a double, if that makes sense.
And that's exactly what I wanted to just talk about just for a second because let's remember the other people that have lost their lives in what is again it's unthinkable.
The pilots were I think they were married.
They were, yeah.
Wow.
I think so it was a male pilot and his wife or at least partner was the co-pilot.
Yeah,
that's tragic. Isn't it?
And so, obviously
I'm not sure if they got kids or not, but
I think from the way that what I always keep thinking about is. You had the celebration of life with the guys from Thailand who went to Old Trafford, and the same weekend for it to happen to a fellow countryman, and obviously, as you say, the other people. It is just purely tragic in terms of the circumstances. Football aside, whatever has been achieved, you can imagine. You can't imagine what the families are going through. It's just horrible.
It seemed like
tragedy.
The players all seem so close to him as well. It's gonna take. It's going to take time for them to get over it. I mean, it's mental to think, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the pressure on his son now. Not only has he got to grieve, his sister and his dad have died. He's now got to. He runs King Power, a multi-billion company. He owns Leicester City. I mean, he's like my guide in life, my dad.
Yeah.
Who's the only person. He's gone. Where do I get what?
Yeah.
Must be such difficult time for them all.
Yeah, we obviously wish that the family. Every sort of any moment of peace in the next few weeks and months, but I just wanted to reflect on what a legacy that he's got. What an achievement.
It's also nice to see an owner come from a different country that doesn't taint with the traditions of a club, i.e. Vincent Tan, or the fella up at Hull, Hull Tigers.
A total understanding of
just leave it alone.
Yeah,
this is the fans' club. Leave it alone. They just did what they needed to do to get them where they need to get to.
Absolutely.